Who knows what the hell is going? Shit, Daniel.
My bad. Yep. Hello and welcome to another riveting episode. This is for you, Anthony Taylor, of the Red, White, and the Blue podcast. I'm Daniel, and I'm joined, as always, by the amazing Jason, who that was, as we can honestly say on this podcast, the first scripted segment that has ever happened in this podcast.
It was scripted based off of what actually happened.
Yes,
So
it was
we were testing out our acting skills. Yeah,
it's a reenactment. You know, whatever. But hey, we're here. We're blue because Chelsea lost again to another light blue powdered bunch of pansies. Yeah.
I'll wear the wrong color.
Wearing the wrong color. Yeah, I don't know. We'll talk a little bit about, but I have to say something. I meant to say this last week on the podcast. I completely forgot. So I need to say it this week before I forget. And I wrote it in my notes because I didn't have my notes last week. Emma Hayes is the GOAT. Okay? I'm just going to go and say it. Winning the Olympic gold medal with a subpar U.S. team that has not been the best. Absolutely amazing. First tournament for Emma Hayes with the United States women's national team, and she wins the gold medal. Shout out to her. Kudos to her. And I can honestly say, give her a little snappy poo. I can honestly say, that when Enzo Maresca gets fired in December, I really hope the first call that Chelsea makes is to Emma Hayes.
Dude.
For the men's team. We've been advocating for this for over a year now. Like, since Potter left? Was that when we started advocating for Emma Hayes? Yeah, she just coached both teams, and we were pretty serious about that because she would have done better than Lampard. I don't know if there's honestly anybody in football that is better at man management and understanding her players and getting more out of her players than Emma Hayes does. But yeah, shout out Emma. I really hope that you do return to Chelsea. On the men's side, I want you to be the first women to coach men because I think you're the only person that can light a fire under these players' asses after what we saw on Sunday. So, shout out Emma Hayes. Yeah, I don't know. Had to say that before the podcast started. Also, update: Chelsea women are winning 3-1 right now against the vaunted NWSL New York Gotham. So, shout out Chelsea women who are currently up 3-1. And I can't think of our new coach's name now. Why can't I think of her name? Whatever.
Either.
Yeah, whatever. It's her debut coaching in a competitive match. So we're up 3-1 with 7
Bompastel.
Yeah, Bompastel. Yeah, I knew it was something like that. But yeah, I don't know. We're up 3-1, 71st minute. So if something changes, I'll update from the Twitter. But anyway, yes, so exciting, riveting episode coming your way tonight after Chelsea go down in typical Chelsea fashion, 2-0 to Manchester City. As we predict on this podcast that we had the score wrong, to be fair. We had the score wrong, but we did both predict a loss. Neither one of us was dumb enough to predict a win. So there's that.
I need to
start the spreadsheet.
Yeah, I need to start the spreadsheet. While you're talking.
Yeah, start the spreadsheet. So yeah, it was a I don't if you watch the live stream, you saw our live reactions to it, but I don't really know if there's probably not a lot to talk about with this match. I guess, do you have any positives, any good takeaways from this match, Jason, that you would like to share with the audience before? Let's start this episode positively. Since we started out with Emma Hayes, Chelsea women are winning right now, something the men's team doesn't know how to do. Is there anything positive to take away from this match?
I would say the energy level was good throughout the game. I don't know if that's just because in the second half, City just let us dick around. So I don't know if we just had like false hope, but yeah, I would say like they looked up for it throughout most of the game. Kovacic scored like the 79th minute or something, and then after that it was pretty much done. And I would say overall I wasn't like that upset. About I like there. We'll talk about the negatives in a minute, but like we talked about the negatives a lot, like on our live stream during the match, and we'll summarize those here in just a bit. But I think overall, like I didn't feel like angry about it. I didn't feel like super down about it. And then my God, that Kovacic goal is just annoying. And it just showed what City were capable of and like what they probably should have been doing for most of the game. But to their credit, they're smart and they just sat back and like rested a lot, I guess. And so, yeah, there was a few times where you could see our pattern of play. Like you could see, it felt like the things they were probably practicing, like the lines, the passing patterns, like getting the position. It seemed like that translated, but it happened, sparingly throughout. But other than that, like players that should have been on the ball didn't get on the ball because they were playing super wide. We really stretched the field out. So I don't know. Like a lot of our big names got on the field, like in the beginning, like Nkuku, Palmer, Nico, Lavia made his like not quite debut, but like
might as well be.
Yeah,
his for real debut. Yeah,
he's real. Caicedo and Enzo also in the middle. Cucurella, I thought like was decent for large portions of the match. But man, our City's wingers, man, are freaking fast. Doku is fast.
Sabinho, whatever his name is.
Yeah, he's fast. Gusto and Cucurella got blitzed several times.
Yeah, they did.
But it was like having a new back line with Colwell and Fofana in there. Yeah. You could see what City were trying to do. Like City were trying to drive it down a wing and work it in to where they could do a quick cut pass to Holland. And we were able to shut that down for the most part throughout the game. Our midfield wide open. So
wide open.
Because we were playing so wide anyway. So anyway, I would say that like you had like a halfway decent performance from Cucurella. The defense, at least in some instances, was able to kind of stick to the game plan. Sometimes we were able to pass our way out of a thing. I thought Bob did a lot better than we thought he could.
He only had one pass to the opposition. I mean, multiple picks out over the touch line. I mean, a lot of people
scare me like he did like last time. But wasn't Kovacic's near post? Is that what you're about to say?
Yeah, that's a lot of people were pissed at him about that, which I would argue that it started at the midfield and neither Enzo or Caicedo tackled him, and then neither one of the defenders stepped up, and so just whatever.
Yeah, those are my positives. Our front line did nothing. I mean, it's gonna be another season where we produce shit. Like to goose egg on your first one at home is not fun.
Well, yeah, and neither one of us did predict us to goose egg. We at least thought we'd score.
Sure. Yeah.
So, we at least had some confidence. I mean, we did technically sort of score one, and Nico was offsides, and then should have been a penalty. I'm still convinced by that. But that ball-headed bastard Anthony Taylor ain't gonna call nothing. So what does it matter? I don't know. I like the defense. I thought the defense looked miles better than it did in preseason. Like, I actually felt like Fofana and Colwell played really well together. So I thought that you could take away Cucurella had a good match outside of probably like, what was that, like the last 15 minutes of the first half where he kept stabbing at the freaking ball, which you're told in like U10 soccer, don't stab at the ball. And here is a professional left back stabbing at the ball and just gets blown by.
Yeah.
And Gusto did not have a good game. When Doku went to that side, Doku freaking ran by Gusto, which isn't crazy to say because Gusto doesn't get ran by very often.
Yeah.
Our midfield is like, honestly, like when they took Lavia off, it sort of just fell apart. Like it's weird saying that the guy that's played one match or one official match, outside of preseason, it might be the glue that holds our midfield together. And when he goes out, like, I honestly believe Kovacic doesn't score that goal at the end if Lavia is in. Because Enzo can't defend. Enzo's not you can't play Enzo in a pivot. We saw that all last year. Like, Enzo and Casado don't work next to each other. Like, it just doesn't. Like, we saw that last season. Our best run of form was when Gallagher and Casado were next to each other at the end of the season when Enzo was out hurt. So that clearly doesn't work. So Lavia and Casado worked pretty well together. I thought Casado's game was very hit or miss, very up and down. So I don't know. I'm with you. I think you could definitely see the things that Maresca was trying to do. And to be fair, this has been literally the same story for the past 3 years, though, is that the managers put the players in positions to score, and then they just don't score. Like, that's been this. It was happening under Poch. It happened under Potter. It happened under Tuchel. Like, it happens. It's always different players too.
Yeah,
It's like it's never the same people. Like under Tuchel was Timo Werner all the time, being offsides or missing balls. Missing goals that he should score. I don't remember who it was under Potter. I blocked that era out of my mind. Nico was a lot to blame last year. Sterling was a lot to blame last year. Nico in the first match this year. We're a little more, and I think we've talked about enough on this podcast that we both do like Nico. He's got to figure out how to shoot. Like, just finish. Yeah. He's got to figure it out. And if he figures it out, he's going to be great.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It is. But so I think there was some positives. I don't think that's the thing. It's like everybody like, oh, Maresca this, Maresca that, or this and that. I mean, you could see things. Now, I don't necessarily like personally. I think this is where the issue that it comes up with a lot of fans. I don't personally like Maresca's style of football. It's just not what I like. It's boring. It's slow. It's methodical, and it's not always pretty. And so, I have no problem playing slow if you're playing tiki-taka like peak Barca did, or like Man City did. I don't have a problem with it, but I don't know. But yeah, give me a negative from the game, Jason. Something that really irked you during this match. What?
Lateral passing, constant lateral passing.
That's not looking enough,
and not no players making runs. Like, we had a lot of static movement. Today or yesterday, and I just I never felt like we really had a shot at scoring. Like, there were some times when we got the ball in the box.
Fair.
But most of we did a lot of over the top balls.
Too many.
Yeah. I would say the one negative, since you asked for one and I gave you 8. I would say the one negative is fundamentals. A lot of our passing didn't happen very well or a lot of the crosses into the box, because I think our passing stat actually looks decent, or our passing accuracy.
It was 89, wasn't it?
Yeah. So, which is higher than a lot of last season, but also it's because we're just kicking it backwards or to each other laterally. So we're not doing a lot of forward passing, and I have to look at a passing map, and I haven't done that because I just didn't care to look at anything about this game. I almost feel like this is like an extension of preseason in some ways.
Yeah, fair, yeah.
So, but I mean, it just every time we had like a through ball, it was out wide, or like we had to chase it down so much. Like we just happened to find ourselves in some space, but it's because City were fine to leave their back line like high and not really feel the need to keep anybody back because they figured probably we were going to stray offside, or they had it so tight in the middle that we were going to have to go wide, and that's what mostly happened. Is we like because Nkunku got like several like long out balls, but he just had to take it so wide, and by that time City was back. So yeah, I would say, and then if we're crossing into the box, there were some decent corners today or yesterday.
Yeah, better.
I think the game was today. There were some decent corners, but man, or like some crosses, and every time it came to somebody, they just couldn't trap the ball, and it was just really frustrating to watch. Every time someone put a foot out, it wasn't to control the ball; it was to just let the ball bounce off of it, and yeah, I would say that sucks. So
yeah,
it's frustrating to watch, and like basic fundamentals are.
Well, these guys are getting paid millions of pounds a week.
Yeah.
Not a week, but they're getting paid millions of pounds a year, and they can't get the basic fundamentals. I mean, the one that sticks out to me the most is that toward the end of the match, Palmer sent a beautiful ball across the box to Neto and just pinged off his foot. And if all he had to do was settle, and at least he would have had a shot on target probably. But it happened multiple times, in the match where that just couldn't settle the ball. Like, and it wasn't like it happened. I know Enzo happened multiple times to Enzo.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But
I mean, if we're gonna lose a game, if we're gonna lose it, which to be fair, we drew City both times last year, and then lost to them in the whatever cup we played them in.
FA Cup
or FA Cup. Yeah, I think
No, it was it was one of them cups.
But we swapped points last year, which is pretty good. One was like that 4-4 banger, and then one was like a 1-1.
Yeah.
And there might have been a time where I could have believed that we could have got maybe a 1-0, like one of those glimmers of play where they did something. It was like, oh, we got the ball through the lines. And maybe like for a brief half second, I thought maybe we could tie it up, and we were saying that during the match, like it's a win if we draw. And once that Kovacic goal went in, I was just really furious. And when they went up 2-0, but I would say if we're gonna lose this type of match, it feels better doing that at the first game of the season.
Yeah, it does.
And people are going to trade losses all season. I just think there's too much competition in the Premier League for people to really make a run at undefeated. Watch somebody do it, but I just don't think there will be an undefeated team. And so if we got to lose this one, then
get it out the way.
Yeah, rather happen now. And we've got a decent run of games coming up where I think we can really kind of start to see, and I think we talked about this during the game. I think for me, this is the most important run of games for what this team is going to be, and what we're really going to see Maresca ball turn into, because we can hone some of these things in. We'll have Reece back. Well, maybe, I guess, if he's not injured as well. But we'll have
he's back training, so hopefully he'll be good.
But then we go into like another run of 5 games where it's going to be bad. It's all top 6. So it's going to be a really interesting, I feel like the season starts, I guess, after this first weird Conference League game on Thursday. But I feel like the Premier League season really starts next week to me. And I think this loss is easy to stomach. It just pissed me off the way that we did it. It could have been worse if City wanted it to be worse, but thankfully they didn't. And I think that maybe there's I don't think we're really having to hunt for too many positives, but I think like there's like that friend, there's like a glow about, like there's a little bit of a silver lining in some of it, and I hope that we can take that onto something. But that's where we always are, right? Is the hope. So that's what I'm really looking for this next set of 5 games.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, it's one of those things though. Like if you don't play these next 5 games and you don't come out of there with at least 4 wins and a draw, because I mean, I will say this: Brighton is one of those 5 teams, and they looked really good in their win. So, and they're top of the Premier League right now. So on goal differential, but I mean, they looked good. So you come out of there with 4 wins and a draw. Yeah, I'd still consider it a good, but I think it also depends on like how we look in these matches. Like, because this is going to, I mean, like, for example, like we play Wolves on Sunday. You're going to be playing a low block. Like, that's just, it is what it is. Can Maresca ball break down a low block? Or are we just going to sit there and pass the ball laterally for 20 minutes at a time and not do anything with the damn ball? That's the question.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. And then we have, what do we have? We have Palace after that. Who knows what the hell kind of match that's going to be. And then we have Bournemouth, another low block team that's going to sit back. And then I think it's Brighton. No, it's West Ham and then Brighton. So West Ham owned us last year, so they'll probably sit in the low block and just defend. So we know West Ham will, because they're just going to sit in that low block and defend and then try and go over the top to Antonio. We know what they're going to do. And then it's Brighton and then Nottingham Forest. And Nottingham Forest is going to sit in the low block and just defend. So like you're looking at least 3 to 4 teams that are just going to sit in the low block and defend probably.
Yeah.
So can we break those teams down? And we haven't been able to. I mean, even Tuchel struggled with breaking down low block teams, to be honest. Well, there was a lot of lateral passing in his system. Potts definitely couldn't do it. Potter couldn't do it. So, like, I don't know, man. And that's the difference. Like, the championship is a lot more open of a league than the Premier League. When you're playing those bottom table teams, they're not going to sit back. So we'll see what Maresca does. We'll see how he handles these next matches, because it is like you said. Like if we suck these next few matches, the season is done, because we come out of that after Nottingham Forest. It's Liverpool, Newcastle, United, Arsenal, Leicester, Villa, and then we got Southampton, and then we have Tottenham.
Yeah.
That's just brutal. Brutal November and the beginning of December.
It is scary being Chelsea looking at. I mean, that's basically the whole schedule, but like it's scary being Chelsea just looking at the schedule in general.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
but to have like that many top 6 teams, or at least teams that will be fighting for the top 6 off the back end of this next run of matches, that is pretty terrifying. And if we don't set ourselves up in these next several matches, and it's like you said, like the teams that have the low block, or Brighton, or one of these teams that is just going to be a little bit better than maybe we thought they were.
Not Wolves. They suck.
Yeah. They can get something from us. And
they can. They totally can.
It's going to be rough. It's going to be a bad season.
If we honestly, if we lose 2 or 3 of these next 5 matches, Maresca could be gone by Christmas. That's how bad it could get because of that. Because if you look the way Liverpool played, we ain't beating that. You look, Newcastle, probably not going to beat them. Man United, that's just a toss up because both teams are trash right now. So that's just a toss up. Arsenal, no way in hell we beat Arsenal. Leicester might not beat them. Jamie Vardy will probably just drink another Red Bull at halftime and score a goal in the second half like he did today against Tottenham. And when Villa, we're not beating them. Sorry, we're not going to beat Villa. Villa's no. Southampton, hopefully. Tottenham, it'll be a very high-scoring match because neither team defends. So, I mean, you literally, Maresca could be gone by Christmas.
Yeah, and it's like we said, I can't be Maresca out. We can't be Maresca out because we were never Maresca in.
Right.
So,
exactly.
Like, if he's gone by Christmas, he's gone by Christmas. Like, I still don't want Maresca here. Don't care. Yeah. I literally have like at least with Potch, like, we hated him. Like, we hated Potter because he replaced Tuchel because we were being force-fed this bullshit propaganda about him and, like, what he was capable of and how he's the next manager. And then he kept comparing himself to Arteta and he kept doing all that shit. And then we just had to eat what Lamps gave us. Then we get Pochettino, any rival coach, like, that we just hated from the start.
Yeah.
And so I think there was just like this drummed up passion of like, yeah, I mean, he's not even that good of a coach, but everyone wants to tell us he is, and he doesn't win that much. Like,
ever. I mean, he wins, but he doesn't win a trophy. So
yes. So, like, but I was still ready for him to be here for one more year to at least keep Chelsea at like a level that we could be an attractive club again. And now we have this guy who just came up through the championship. So I'm just tired. Like, there's no Maresca in or out for me. I never wanted him in. So I just can't even be out. I'm just like, good riddance if he's gone by whatever. We just got to keep drinking the slop that's put in our trough at the moment.
Yeah, thanks, Clear Lake. Bunch of assholes.
Yeah.
Oh, I will say this, Jason. There was one really big positive on Sunday that we have not mentioned yet. Sterling and Chilwell were nowhere near the pitch.
Yeah, I get. Yeah, we should probably talk about ins and outs now. Probably.
I mean, like, dude. I mean, it is so. Yeah, Felix is officially here today. Gallagher officially gone now. Sterling is
been given permission to talk to Atletico. Like, so
he can fly.
Yeah,
now. I think personal terms already agreed. He can fly now.
Second time's a charm, I guess. Good luck.
Maybe they won't make him spend 5 days in a hotel again.
Jesus,
freaking assholes, man.
Yeah.
But Sterling. So apparently the Sterling statement that got released right before the match. Apparently that journalist actually had it for like 3 days or 4 days before the match and just sat on it. He sat on that quote till like an hour before the match. Sterling came out and said that today. So I thought that was interesting. It's like, it's pretty shitty journalism. Like, to get clicks and drive it like an hour before the match comes out.
Damn.
So, and I mean, like here's the thing. Like, Maresca is like literally just a puppet for these freaking owners. Like, he's the one that is like, oh, no, we don't need Chilwell. Which, I mean, granted, Chilwell doesn't fit his system. But he's like, no, Chilwell can find another club. No, Sterling can find another club. Because our owners keep buying players that are in the same position as Sterling. Which, I mean, is fine. Sterling's on $350K a week. So it'd be great to get him off the books. I don't know where the hell he's going to go. So, Lukaku, I mean, look at this thing. Lukaku kept. All those people are still here.
Notable absences as well. DCC, Chukwuemeka.
Chuck, I'm going to be crushed when Chuck leaves. I've reserved myself to the fact that Chuck is gone now. Like, I'm just there.
Yeah.
He's gone. DCC, I could freaking care less about.
I'm going to read a quote to you. It's not going to be reassuring. So this is Maresca talking about the situations. Basically, with Raheem Sterling, he said that they're going to clarify some things, but it was a technical decision because we have too many players. So DCC apparently is back from injury, not 100%. Chile apparently had been ill, but he said in the past that he doesn't really care for Chile. And then Chuck was also a technical decision. And then he goes on to say, he says, I think every case is different. Carney, I think he is a very good player. The problem is because of some injuries in the past, I think the best for him is to play 30 or 35 games in a row to show himself that he is fit and how good he is, because he is very good. With us, is he going to play 35 games? I'm not sure. For all the players, they are Chelsea players. If they're going to be Chelsea players, then we will try to use them, but no more than technical decision. I don't know what that means, but it doesn't sound good for Chuck.
No, Chuck, I think the writing's been on the wall, and I've just been in denial for the entire. Even though Chuck has been a great player during preseason, I get it. Like, he does have an injury history, but why don't you? I mean, here's the thing: Chuck's better than Dewsbury Hall. Like, you can't convince me that Chuck's not as good as Dewsbury Hall, and he's younger. He's probably on less wages. So why did you go out and buy Dewsbury Hall? Oh, because he played Maresca's system. Is he even going to start at Chelsea? Probably not, because you have – that's the thing. This is the thing that bugs me about the Dewsbury Hall. Literally, there are – you have – if you count Chuck, 3 people, in my opinion, that are better than Dewsbury Hall at his position. Mm-hmm. Chuck, Palmer, and Cuckoo. And Cuckoo played there the whole preseason. And now he's just like, no, we're going to stick in Cuckoo on the wing because Enzo's got to play there. Enzo's not a 10.
Yeah.
Enzo's like, that's a whole nother conversation that we should probably
eventually tried start. Enzo at 10. We already tried it.
Doesn't work. We tried him there. We tried him in the pivot. Like, it doesn't, like, he doesn't, whatever these managers are trying to do with Enzo, it doesn't work. So, if that's the case, then why is Enzo still playing?
Money.
Yeah, exactly. And that's, I think I said it on the thing that the only reason I think he's playing is because the owners are making Maresca play him. Because why in the hell would you, unless they're managing Lavia's minutes, which I guess to an extent I get them managing his minutes, but Lavia was the best midfielder on the pitch. You don't take Lavia off and then bring on Dewsbury Hall.
Right.
And leave Enzo on there with the pivot with Caicedo, because like we've seen that pivot, it doesn't work. Like it just does. I don't know what it is with those two. It just doesn't work. Like Pochettino tried it all last year, it didn't work. Tried it this year in one match, it doesn't work. It's why we conceded the last late goal to Kovacic. I don't know, man. I'm to the point now where I'd rather like put in Cuckoo at the 10, put Neto out there on the wing. And then Lavia and Caicedo in the midfield. Like, that's my ideal. So I would actually like Palmer. That's the thing. Is like, and this leads to a whole other thing about where the hell is Joel Felix going to play? We already have multiple. Like, there's already, like, in Cuckoo and Palmer, both know the system. They're both better than Joel Felix.
Mm-hmm.
And they can both play the same position.
Yep.
So, what are you going to
I have no idea.
Like, I mean, the only rationale I can see is we don't get Ocean.
Yeah,
and they're gonna have him and they're gonna loan out Gooey, and they're going to have him as Nico's backup, which is still we're just paying £50 million for a freaking backup, Jason.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, because he can play striker or attacking mid.
Yeah, I mean, he's more of like a false 9 technically, but I don't really know. Maresca has all these players, and this is where I do feel bad for the guy. He has all these players, and the profiles of them don't really fit what he wants to do. Like, you have Palmer and Cuckoo, your 2 most creative players, and you're sticking them out wide on the touchline.
Yeah.
That's just bad management. And I know you want to get both of them on the pitch, but you can't stick your 2 most creative players on the touchline in your system where you don't create from the touchline.
Right.
You create down. Maresca's system is made to create down the channels. They're just lost. They're lost in the shuffle. They can't do anything out there. It's so freaking annoying. The whole thing is just a disaster at this point in time. It's just waiting to freaking implode this year, man. And I'm here for the melt. Like I said, I'm here for the melt this season, Jason.
Hey, as long as the melt doesn't include a relegation, then I'm okay with it.
So, we are currently 17th. Just FYI for the first week. We are 17th.
How long before we get out of the bottom half of the table? I guess we'll see if we win the next match.
I mean, if we beat Wolves, we'll move up some because
we should beat Wolves. If we don't beat Wolves, I'm going to be really disappointed.
Dude,
but it's like you said, the low block is our Achilles heel, and it always has been. I guess we'll see if that happens.
If we lose the Wolves that just cancel the season. It's done.
Yeah.
We're just going to sit here and read Twitter comments if that's the case. If we lose the Wolves, no commentary from us. We will just read the fans' responses on Twitter because that will do everything justice.
I'll be okay with that.
Oh God, why do we even put that out either? Well, don't forget. First, we got to play a conference league playoff match, Jason, to just get in the freaking conference.
Hey, we're back in Europe, baby. We're back in Europe.
Well, sort of. Not really yet, technically.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Where is this team from?
Cart before the horse.
Cervete. Where's Cervete?
Yeah, this is a good segue into our next match.
Swiss. Oh, joy. They're from the Swiss Super League. This means that they're a Potter special team, Jason.
Is this the team that Potter coached? No, I'm just kidding.
I don't know. That would be hilarious.
Holy cow, that would be hilarious. I don't know enough about Graham Potter's forays into the 19th league of Swiss football.
Just FYI, this team, they apparently were in the Europa League, but got knocked out of the Europa League qualifying. So now they're in the Conference League qualifying.
Whoa.
So, let's see what their
Potter coached. No, never mind. What was the Swiss team that he coached? Did he coach the Swiss team?
I don't know if he coached in Swiss, or that's just our running joke on here that he's just from the Swiss.
Oh no, he did. He was with Ostersunds.
No clue. Cervete won their match in the Swiss Cup yesterday, 7-1.
But also, Ostersunds is Swedish.
So it's the Swedish, not the Swiss.
He was Swedish. Yeah.
There's too many Swish.
We've already forgotten about Potter. We've forgotten his resume.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. It's going to be interesting. If we are we doing a podcast Thursday night?
We'll talk about it.
Okay. I just didn't know if we need to make Wolves predictions tonight too. I'm predicting. Somehow we will probably bottle. They're going to play a low block here. They're playing a low block. It's at the bridge, so it's going to be a low block. We will see what these next matches will look like, and we're going to be playing with some backups.
I say we do predictions for both, just in case, and then you reserve the right to change your Wolves prediction if we can do Thursday.
Okay, so they're going to play a low block.
Okay,
because it's at the bridge, so we will find out from. But we're going to be trying to do it with backups. I'm assuming because you're not going to trot out your team on 2 days. I don't know. It's Maresca. See what he does, but
yeah.
So I'm thinking Gooey gets a start. Neto will probably start. Dewsbury will start. Do we see Mudryk maybe get a start? Since Sterling's out of it'll be Madueke. It'll be
Maresca did in his post-match remarks said something about you have players on the bench that probably should be starting like Mykhailo Mudryk. So
that's the most insane quote I've ever heard, Jason. Did he really say that?
Yeah, I'll see if I can find it.
That's complete insanity. In what world should Mudryk be start? Are we sure he didn't mean to say Madueke? Because Madueke did have a really good preseason.
It has been difficult to pick the first 11. The reason why is because we probably had some players on the bench who deserve to start, like Misha and some different players.
Why would you single? Am I just missing something?
It's a little kiss on the ass to the chairman.
Oh God.
Yeah.
If this dude actually thinks Mudryk should be starting after the preseason and the last year he's had, it's complete insane. Whatever. I don't know. I don't know who's going to start it. I mean, do we even have a backup right back or left back? I guess Vega
I don't even know how to pick a lineup at this point.
I mean, do we have a backup right back with Reese being hurt? Because we do have one, but he's
Cucurella.
hurt.
Cucurella goes right. Chili's back from sickness. He goes left.
Oh, we have Vega.
We have Vega, yeah.
He can play. He came in for Cucurella, which I'd much prefer him than who knows who's playing center back.
Yeah.
I'm assuming Jurgensen gets the starting goal. Who knows?
I don't even like the game of trying to figure out who's going to start. Like, there's no telling. Like, we don't know anything about Maresca. Our team is freaking huge. I'd find no fun in figuring out what kind of bullshit is about to happen on Thursday.
I've got my prediction. I'm going to lock it in, Jason, for Thursday night.
Okay.
We're back in European football. Gui scored in his debut for Barcelona in Champions League football. Okay. Mind you, this is Conference League. So we go down 2 tiers to Europa League and then Conference League from the Champions League. So in theory, Gui will be making his debut for us in Conference League, and he should score 3 goals. So therefore, Chelsea will win 3-0 because of a Gui hat trick.
Wow. Okay. Dude, if that prediction comes true, you can keep the dub.
There's no way in hell that prediction comes true. But yes, I'm on the Gui bandwagon, man.
Okay. I'm also predicting a shutout, but I'm going to be a little more reserved and say 2-0.
Okay. I think both those scores are very plausible. Yeah. I mean, maybe we should just add a goal to their side, because maybe this year we should not force, because our defense and goalkeepers are so bad.
Yeah.
If we should just be automatically given a goal, meaning if we predict the shutout and the other team scores 1, we still get the prediction right because our defense is so bad and our goalkeepers are so bad.
Okay, wait. Say that one more time.
So I think every match we should be given an automatic goal for the other team. Like, we get credit for 1. So if we predict them, like, we're predicting a shutout Thursday night, but if by some chance they score 1 goal, we should still get credit for getting the score right, because we can't predict this terrible defense and how awful they are. Like, it's just not fair. It's just not fair. No, I'm just kidding. But just saying, this is, maybe we should give them a goal. I don't know. But, so, all right. So, let's go and predict Sunday in the Wolves.
Okay. So, wait, you said 3-0. We're at home, right, for the
conference game? Yes, we're at home. Yep.
Mm-hmm. So you said 3-0, and I said 2-0. Okay. I'm ready. I'm ready for Wolves.
Okay. 9:00 kickoff. That sucks.
Yeah.
I think I really enjoyed the fact the 10:30 kickoff on a Sunday is, like, to me, the best time.
That was really nice.
You don't have to wake up too early, and you're done around lunchtime, so you still have the rest of your day to do whatever you want to do. I think 10:30 is a great kickoff time. 10 would probably be perfect, because then you're done at lunchtime. So, but anyway, Wolves, I'm going with a narrow 2-1 victory.
Oh, okay.
2-1 victory.
No, this is really interesting, because I had 3-1 in my head.
Ooh.
That I wanted to say for Servette. I don't know how to say it. But I was, and then I decided to change it to Wolves. So I'm going 3-1. So it looks like I'm just, like, trying to Price Is Right you or something. But
oh man. So that's our predictions. Maybe we'll be here Thursday. Maybe I can guarantee you, I will say this: if we lose, we will have a podcast on Thursday night. Regardless, if you can't do it, I will fly solo. Like, I will rant and rave about us losing, because I'm determined number one, to get off work early on Thursday so I can get home, watch this match at 3:00. And then if we lose, I'm just going to melt and just, maybe I'll just sit here and read Twitter. If you can't get on here, I'll sit here and read Twitter.
That'll be good. Yeah. I approve of that.
At what point, how many games would we have to like? So say we beat Cervete or whatever the hell they're called. We draw with Wolves. I don't know. We take like 3 points from those 5 teams. Are we like just screwed at that point in time this season? Is that it? Is the season over with?
Wait, so what's the...
So we take like 3 points out of those 5 matches that we probably...
Oh, yeah. Oh, we're screwed. Yeah.
Okay.
We're done.
Done, finished, finito.
It's a fun note.
One note. Let's just end it at that footnote at the end, because there's nothing else to talk about other than Jason telling us where you all can find us out there.
We are on X. We are on Instagram, which means we're also on Threads. We're on Substack. Daniel did an amazing match review.
It's not out yet. It'll be out tomorrow.
Yeah, and if you're listening to us, you can watch us on the YouTube. And we've made it easy for you to talk to us, DM us, like and subscribe us, whatever all the shit people do, the young people. And we made it really easy because our handle is the same on all. We are at Red White Blues FC.
Yep. We are there. We are also on Spotify and Apple, where we listen to your podcast at these days, other than Amazon. So we're on all those platforms. And yes, just note on the article that will come out tomorrow on Match Read. This article has been written over the entire day at various points of my life. One time sitting on the toilet, another point in time sitting in the tire shop, and then getting my tire fixed, and then just random other points throughout the day. So this article is like just been, because I don't have to work, so it's just been written throughout the day.
I love it.
So it's probably should put a warning on there, not for 18 and younger on this one. Because Jason has only seen the last paragraph of the article.
I can't wait for the rest now.
That's probably the best. I don't know. There's some decent one-liners in there. I got a pretty good one about Wesley Fofana that I'm proud of. But yeah, so it'll be a match review. I'm going to do better this year about writing, Jason. I'm just going to do better.
Dude, you're amazing. I need to do better. You're the writer. I need to help you write. So I need to do better.
You still owe us 1,000 words on Watch Out.
That's going to be all AI. I'm not kidding.
Hey, there's now we're just off the rails. I did read about I think it's a guy, it's a governor guy. I don't know if it's the guy who's running for governor in Wyoming. I think it's the governor or something, one of the mayor races in Wyoming. He has promised his constituents that he will totally let the town be run by AI. That's his promise. Like he's like, I'm gonna let AI run the town. I'm not gonna do anything.
Oh my God.
I mean, it can't be any worse than what else. So whatever.
At least he promised it at the start.
Yeah, not these people. Where is he getting these ideas from? Oh, just AI. So
just AI.
Just AI. In case people are wondering, AI is about to take over the world. So whatever,
definitely,
it's gonna happen eventually. So
yeah.
Yeah, that's all I've got.
Tell them where they can find us.
I did. I said Apple and Spotify. Yeah, I said Apple and Spotify.
You didn't say Amazon, so I missed it.
Jason with a cheap shot right there.
I had to take the focus off of me missing that somehow.
That was good. Yeah. So, it is what it is. Hopefully Thursday's not a shit show. And until next time, we'll catch you guys on the flip side.
Yo, we're back in we're trying to get back in Europe. Flippity floppity. said the browser failed to play the clip. So